Hey. Welcome to another episode of sXizie Sports. And today I'm joined by the homie, sXizie.
My
What's
guy,
happening?
it's a great
Man,
time to be a South African. I'm not gonna lie.
it is, dog. It is, dog. It really is. But let's be honest. We were all nervous. Very nerve-wracking game. I won't lie to you, bro. I actually passed out just after halftime, bro. Just after halftime, I was out, gone because of exhaustion. And then, man, it, I see we 1-0 up. And so I was like, you know what? Let me stay up and
Excellent.
see what happens. Yeah.
So,
But whether you can go through it since you watched it all, yeah.
now I mean, yeah. So the whole day, I'd like literally channeled myself out. Vaile ngadlala idisk namajita.
Yeah.
Played it even an extra game. So got home. It was like after 8. Got home, took a shower, had dinner, chilled a
Yeah.
bit, and then checked the squad. It was okay, who's playing? And it's okay, no changes. So this is like half 9 now. Hey, now,
Yeah,
okay,
of
cool.
course.
Now the nerves start kicking in. The good team. I know, but like if these guys get knocked out now, they would have lost to Africa's number
Best team.
one ranked side.
Mm.
You have to be embarrassed by that. Hey, but like still, we've been downplaying our talent. So now I'm caught up. First half.
Yeah.
Ish. These boys are Moroccan and do it.
Yeah.
Pesitao is playing pop.
Yo, dude.
I'm like, hey, okay. Half time. I'm like, okay, all right. We've got a fighting chance, lah. Even if it's Bashaya with a smashing grab, like
Who made to
something.
win? Yeah.
Hey, second half,
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes of the second half, you. It was tough. It was a
It
tough
was.
watch because they told themselves to go see they going for it, and then we score.
Hey.
When we score, hey, first instinct, don't celebrate. They are offside. So now I
Yeah.
can't even celebrate it. The minute they took a bit of time playing the replay, the minute they played the replay in Dota. Now imagine I'm home. This is like after 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I get a text. Hey, Eva. Let me see. But yeah, anyway, enough about me. Like, yeah, it's when from the first after scoring the first goal. Now you're up. What happens?
Yeah, then now we're up now. So of course, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I like the mere fact that we were pragmatic. I think that's the only thing we could have done against a team of Morocco's quality. I mean, they've got way better players than us on paper, and I just liked how compact we were. As much as they had majority of the ball, they were the ones that were attacking us more. We we managed to keep our lines and shapes, and then of course who's this
Defense
guy?
solid. Our defense was
Solid.
solid.
Yeah. Umvala was solid, man. Solid until
I
of
have him as
course.
my man of the match.
Definitely, bro. For me, it was either him or Mukwena, because even Mukwena had a very good game, bro. Mukwena had a solid game. And then after that penalty, and the ball hit his arm clean. Like I saw it in real time. I'm like, ish. And these things happen, At the end of the day.
Yeah, and the thing is, we couldn't argue. I think we were chatting and we couldn't argue about it because, like, we looked at it and we're like, sure, fine, it's ball to head, but the letter of the law states if it touches the hand, there's no, and the worst thing is that his head was in an unnatural position.
It was
because he was reaching.
Dog, that one was that one I could see it in real time. I was like, ish. I was like, ish, And then of course, Hakimi steps up. In my mind, I'm like, he's gonna convert this. He's used to playing at the highest level, and so pressure.
Yeah, there was a high pressure kick.
Yeah, it was a hype, but I don't think it's his first time ever being in a situation like that with Hakimi, because He's played Champions League. He's played in the French league. He's played in Borussia for Dortmund. He's played for Inter. So this guy, for me, I thought, I was expecting him to convert, but
penalty. Look at what happened with Ubaggio, Italy World Cup.
Yeah, 94. Yeah, 94.
94. It's a penalty, it's the slightest of thing can disrupt you. Like, because he was focused, and I think also what made it worse is that the keeper went the direction of the ball. Because as I'm not saying I'm a professional keeper, but like as a keeper, now you guess okay? Right. Unless you've done your research, you go to the outie, he's taken 10 penalties, and this is where he normally puts them and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're guessing. And as a keeper, you try by all means to make the first move. Reason being, Guti, if the ball is going that side and you move into the right direction, then you've got a fighting chance, which is why most now players, they decide to chip it right in the middle, because you can't just wait for the ball to move and then you move. You like try and preempt it. It's the lack of the draw. That's all it is.
100% of it. And boy, oh boy, were we lucky, because that penalty had a lot of power. It really had a lot of...
when it hit the post and it went up. Yes.
Because even if it was on target, I don't think Ronwin was gonna save it because of how hard he hit it. And so it hit the crossbar, and then that's when I knew
It is on our sides. Our ancestors, he can't hear us because they sold his hearing aid. He's with us.
I couldn't resist.
Sorry, man, I couldn't resist that one.
Right. These guys are selling everything of his. Let's be honest. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
But like there's a court interdict to block all of that. I think the auction house has pulled that out. They said they're not going to do it. But anyway, that's something else.
100%.
And then I don't know if you recall with Mukwena, first half, I went and I said Mukwena has got 6 months left in South Africa.
Yeah,
he's unlucky. Which the tournament is played during open window, transfer window,
and it's coming
and then it's ending before, because right now my performances are top tier.
Top tier, dog. Top tier. I'm also impressed, man. I'm just impressed by, from a tactical standpoint, Hugo has made us very difficult to break down, and that's what I like the most. It's not easy to go at us.
It's frustrating, Dota, especially if you go into a match and you are perceived to be the better team.
100%.
And then it team decides to be stubborn as hell. Where it defense doesn't. They don't allow you the spaces that you can go right, because they love wings. In Morocco, they love their wings.
I bet they were.
And then they open you up like a can of worms whenever they hit the wings, because they know they've got Ispitza Hakimi. Uziech was missed yesterday. You could see, because he has that unpredictability factor. Oh, I said that right the first time. Where you never know what he's gonna do, whether he is, because I'm a cross-hacking. Yes. He whips them in, and I'm a cross-hacking most of the time. A striker, they don't really have to touch the ball for it to go in.
100%. So, and as well,
keeper is caught up in two minds. Uguti, do I preempt the striker coming in? If he touches it, then I've got a chance. Or do I follow the ball? But if you follow the ball, so you caught up in two minds. But yes, and we were solid to defend it, like proper solid. And I still say, Gnalendonale who's tall.
Yeah, I was tall.
I don't know if you notice him. 13.
It's tall. They call him Yaya. I know Stolen and Nomkwena, like, they complement each other. Like, Hugo actually has found his spine, because Mkwena plays box to box, whereas Ustole is the one that sits. And as well, he's also very comfortable in possession. He doesn't give away the ball easily.
He had a couple of mistakes. But the mistakes are kind of went costly. And I think he's still learning the ask from the manager, where the manager is asking Guti, my guy, your role is just you're the invisible. You're almost like a defender. You're the invisible
Yeah,
wall. And then into enzayo, win the ball. Don't try fancy. Ka,
yeah, just
simple
give.
pass. And
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
yabona that that's
And
very difficult to get it out of a player.
and what I like as well is also he likes passing the ball forward as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like he usually gets it and then he passes it forward, to the advancing player, which is also a great thing because it also reduces the pressure. Because there were periods where we were passing the ball at the back and I wasn't comfortable because I got nightmares from Man United, last season with the fair giving away the ball, giving it to Maguire, being dispossessed in the 18 area. So it gave me those memories. But I mean, I'm glad that on the day we the boys were unlocked mentally, and even we've only conceded 2 goals. I mean, it was against Mali, the 2 goals we've conceded, which is
Yeah, and
not
then
bad
3 clean
by our
sheets.
standards. Yeah, by our standards, that's very good, bro. Because we tend to concede a lot, and so this time
Well,
around, yeah,
ask France. Those guys came and piped us.
yeah,
But
of course,
back to the middle of the park.
yeah.
Your player da, who missed the 2 red cards
Hey,
against our players. Where do you put him? Because if we're being honest, hey, Dada, you
yeah,
vouched for this guy. You vouched
I
for
did,
Amrabat
I
for the
did.
longest of time. I think you probably sent you sent a letter or father even a postage stamp to Killington. What you guys? Dear Stan, I'm writing you to tell you need to get that Egyptian guy, sorry, that Moroccan guy. Because
Yeah,
for the longest of time, transfer, you said, you know what's going to fix our middle of the park?
a
We
problem
get
is
Amrabat.
Amrabat. Hey,
Yes.
dude, you know what the thing, dog? To be fair, I was riding on that World Cup run that they had. I mean, they had an exceptional World Cup run in Morocco. We can't deny that they made history. They made history being
No,
the
yeah,
first African
for, for,
team.
for Africa.
Exactly, and they ran as well. I mean, they beat Spain, they beat Portugal, they beat serious teams to get to where they are. They even won their group, a group that had, I think, Belgium was in the group. They won
I
that group.
don't.
Yeah, I know. Padoksala, chief. That's a Belgium team that had Lukaku, that
That's
had
where
De
when they
Bruyne.
went against the Portugal and they beat Portugal. That's where this
Yeah, you said it.
sleeping. Yeah,
Mm,
that was classy. I
Cassiano.
like the little hint there.
Yeah, I don't know deep, but like for me, I would lie. I got gassed after seeing his performances at the World Cup, thinking that he is the way he is. But one thing I learned about the World Cup is the speed of the game internationally is not the same as at club level, especially Premier League. Premier League, you get pressed there. If you're not comfortable on the ball, you'll get exposed. And I feel like when we signed him, that's when I started seeing, okay, I think Onke was right about this player. He isn't the one. Yeah, well, and so I can take a L there and say, you know what, from a scouting standpoint, ish man, it was recency bias that got me. It's that World Cup run that they had that got me, especially that part where he chased down Mbappe and then he, you know what I
Wamlan.
mean, managed Wamlanda Mpana straight. I was like, no, outlay, he's got it. But you know what? It's been hey man, it's been a struggle for him, this past season, Jay. Even for his country, he hasn't hit those heights. And I won't lie to you, I think the entire team, let's be honest, that team has been flat. Even for them to make it out the group, they didn't look convincing. Yeah, we're in Morocco. And I
Ebona.
think
Hmm?
they didn't play to their strength of the striker Sabo. In a series, his
Hey.
strength is in the air.
Yeah.
You know, he's very good in the air, even for Sevilla. That's how you feed him. And I just feel like they didn't supply him in that way. And so he's very inefficient when you don't cross the ball in. And I mean, he's got a height advantage and size advantage over our
And
defenders. And
his first touch is actually quite decent.
it's very decent. Yeah. Yeah.
I think going back to the conversation around the difference between the World Cup as a tournament and your league games, World
Yeah.
Cup, you as a manager, sure, fine. You're coming in, you've done your research or whatever research that you might have done. The research is not going to be the same as compared to the league, because the league, you might come in as the best of the best right now, and you play 4 games, and then they study you, and then one manager figures you out. Guess what? Because like once they figured out your weak point, literally everyone else is going to be copying and whatnot. And then as a player, you every now and then reintroduce a different dynamic to your play. Okay, so what happens with these players is that they make it big in the World Cup, like literally, because they fired up, properly fired up. They then get these huge deals to go play for local leagues, EPL, Spanish, whatever. And in a space of like half the season, the player is not the same, and you're like, yo, what's happened?
Yeah.
But then also there's a dynamic of was it Mike Tyson who said it? I can't remember. But like one of the boxers made a reference that the hunger is not the same once you start making money, because now you're sleeping in silk sheets. And you're sleeping in slick sheets. You don't wake up 5 a.m. As you used to hit the road.
Yeah, comfort, man. Comfort.
Yeah,
And as well,
I'll remember who said that, but it's one of the boxers.
And as well, Mpana, Nognyata, dog. I feel like Morocco thought we were going to be the N1 freeway. They didn't expect us to be William Nickel in the morning with traffic. They didn't think that they thought that we were gonna be an easy team to get over. That's the reason why Amrabat, did you see his first yellow? Like he barged into the guy, bro. Like for me, I didn't like that tackle. You could see it's out of frustration, it's out of anger. There's nothing. It wasn't like a clean professional foul. He was just upset when he barged into him.
It's frustrating.
You know?
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating because he didn't expect us to be that problematic. Yeah.
Yep. And then the other thing that is irritating me with the northern sides is they've got this arrogance towards the ref, where they feel they're entitled to mad decisions. True. And then the southern hemisphere doesn't have that. Like we don't yap to the ref and whatnot.
Yeah.
Even the pen, the guys hadn't seen it, but it wasn't a lot of us that went behind. It wasn't a lot of us that went behind the ref and like because they were doing that like half the time, and it's like, come on, guys. But I've noticed it's these northern I don't know whether they pick it up from the European air, because like mostly European guys do that.
Yeah, they do. There's no respect for the ref, man.
It's a sense of entitlement.
100%.
We did well. Disciplined. But I think the elephant in the room needs to be discussed. When are we going to see the real Percy Tau?
Yeah.
In this tournament.
100%. But that's a very good question, because I feel like he's been very flat in this tournament. He cooking enough is
the last 2 games has gotten worse. I don't know whether but he's right up there. Like he's played professionally for the longest of time, so he doesn't need any more motivation.
But as well, and it's that thing, Yoguti, he plays for the biggest club in Africa as far as the most decorated club in Al Ahly. He didn't win us that. Didn't he win an award at CAF at the
CAF Awards? The last round of awards.
You see, to a point where even when you watch TikTokers who react to videos of African players, when they were discussing South Africa, the common name was Percy Tau this, Percy Tau that, Percy Tau. You see, so for me, I also feel that he hasn't come into the fray. It's only the second game where we beat Namibia. I think there everyone was on fire. I won't just say it was only Tembazwane. Even Nostole, like we were just oozing. Everyone was on lock. Our attack was free flowing. So I can't just say it's only one player. It was a collective effort there. But you are right. He's been very flat. And as well, this thing of, I don't know. So I also think maybe he doesn't trust his other attackers, because at times he
And
seems
the
to
and
get.
the and the other attacker that everyone says he doesn't trust had a very good first touch, and he
He
buried that
did.
ball. Like
He
it,
did.
he literally he placed it perfectly.
Dude, I was even surprised. Pella, for Pirates, he doesn't do that as often as he should.
So
So
evidence is provided to Guti Upesi should start trusting this kid.
100%, he just gave him evidence. Nyana, but you know what? Pass me the ball for in the final third. I'll bury it. And that finish was very clean, very composed as well. I was okay. I even clapped. It's okay. That was
And I was
solid.
scared for offside because I
Yeah,
hadn't
of
seen
course.
the last player, so I was
Mm-hmm.
going on when he made that run. And Iranya corner was actually an intelligent run where he
Was for
went in and he came out.
mm.
So literally he did that whole C thing where he came like he was offside position and then he came in, the ball came and then he came out. And
Yeah.
that
But one thing,
the minute
one thing. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
go for it. No, go for
No,
it.
I was just saying one thing about the evidence. As much as we criticize him by his lack of goals, he just what I like is that it doesn't stifle our attack in any way. We're still fluid. Guys like Abo Zwane can still, play their game, even though evidence isn't scoring any. Yeah, he's not a striker that scores a lot of goals, especially for the national team. So
But I think also just the card that were dealt by that kid,
Foster, which
the
kid?
Burnley kid.
Yeah,
I
we
think
both
let's
say
just also because
yeah,
he comes in as our number one striker,
yeah, it
and
does.
this is number two, and he's stepping up
Mm-hmm.
in his
It really
hold up
is.
play. In his he's got a many goals. This is his first goal now.
Yeah, in the tournament. Yeah, because we've only
Yeah,
scored 6 goals in this tournament. Which
yeah,
is
and he's
also
got.
which is good by our standards, bro. Like we hardly score goals in these
That
tournaments. And
four,
for
that
us,
four helped us. He's got
I
more goals
did it
than
did
Shawnee doesn't have any goals this season, and sorry, this tournament.
tournament.
And I
Yeah,
feel Shawnee is a better striker than him.
100%, dog. I mean, if Shalulile was South African, he would be starting. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, and this thing as well of us. I mean, I'm never cool, especially when I look at the fixtures that remain. I mean, we play Cape Verde in the quarterfinals. It's gonna be a very interesting game. I think it'll be the same as yesterday's game in the sense that Cape Verde are also a team that are very fast and that run a lot. They're a high energy team, and so I think we need to still keep the same formation, and I think Hugo should still keep the exact same tactics. It'll all go down to whether we clinical or not. Yeah, but if we clinical, definitely, dog, we stand a chance. I'm not gonna now get ahead of myself and say, yeah, Cape Verde, this is a stop sign. We out because of what they've been doing, in this entire tournament. But I do think that we have a chance. We really do have a chance, especially when we're the underdogs. Have you noticed in this tournament, bro? When we're the underdogs, we tend
The
to,
once you reach
right?
this part of the competition, it's all about who wants it more. It's knockout.
Yeah,
One mistake,
yeah.
98 minutes. Ball comes in, striker has a shot. The shot is off target. And this is something that happened. Shot is off target. Keeper decides to do this. I don't know, last seconds. He touches the ball. Concedes the corner. From the resulted corner, the team scores. They eliminated. You
And you
can't
know
make
what?
this up.
You can't, bro. And you know what's crazy is that keeper plays for Pirates, dog. Dude.
It's right now. It's discipline. Whoever wants it more tactically, who understands what the manager wants, and as a unit, where are we?
Yeah, well,
I think that's
100%.
the other thing that's very important. Upesi, is he going to show up as the star because he's the star of the team right now?
Yeah, yes,
or
yes,
came in as
yes.
the star of the team, but he's not behaving like the star of the
Perform.
team, or he's not performing like the star of the team. So yeah, if I think against Cape Verde is it's a banana peel that can cause us a lot of
You.
problems.
It can, dog. Because the thing is that with Cape Verde, it seems as if these guys want it, bro. The way they play with a lot of passion and a lot of, of recent years. As much as people like saying Cape Verde is not a dominant country, but in recent years they've improved. They're like Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is also another country over the past 5 years. They've improved even in the World Cup qualifiers. You find them up there, bro, either second or first in their group. It's no fluke, bro. For
Cape
these,
Verde didn't they beat us?
they did, bro. Like hence I say, Mpana, like they no fluke, bro. They really are no fluke. They are actually capable of even embarrassing us, Ntanga, because we see them as a small country, small island, small population, but we forget that a lot of the players play in the Portuguese league, because I mean they're not far from Portugal. I mean Cape Verde is like next to the Madeira Islands where CR7 was born. It's right there. You can
So what? CR could have been one
yeah.
of them.
I don't know. I'm saying Cape Verde could have most probably because they were colonized by Portugal as well. So it's from a cultural standpoint. If I'm sure you move from Cape Verde to Madeira, there's not much of a change because at
Difference.
least
Yeah.
everyone can speak the same tongue. They are Mediterranean. They're in the same region. So from a skin complexion standpoint, they look pretty much the same. Because even Rafael Leao, who plays for AC Milan, is also from the Madeira Islands, and he's Angolian. On top of it, because that's another team, dog. Like one thing I also like about this CAF. Hey, Sadek Kampana. Hey, Southern African team stepped up, bruh, this time around
Yeah.
because we tend
That
to
they
be
did.
so shit, bruh. We always go out first. We always at the bottom of the group. Like
I
even
mean,
the Mauritania, dog.
even the
You know,
Ecosafa Cup is like it's a yawn fest
dude.
and whatnot.
Yeah, dog. No one watches Kasafa. Let's be honest, bruh. To a point
Well,
where we don't even.
don't say that the cousin might be watching and they want to sponsor us,
It's
and you're
fine.
saying that the
Hundred
tournament is
percent.
not watched.
It's my bad, Castle. I take that back. But I just no, I just mean from uh
Commercial standpoint, it's not entertaining.
commercial standpoint. It's
Mm.
not as it's not well marketed. Let me be honest with you. It's not really well marketed. It's during the season. It's never ever after the season. We usually field our younger squad there where we try combinations.
Yeah,
And
but
yeah,
Nyanga
man,
squad your corner, it's like some clubs tell you
yeah.
straight, nope, nope.
100%. Like Mozambique drew with Egypt. Namibia did they thing. They managed to qualify for the knockout round. I think maybe this is their first time in ever. Yeah, first time since independence. Because in Namibia didn't they gain independence in '94 because they were part of South Africa at one stage in
I
Namibia.
just know that my
Yeah.
rent is good there.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I mean, when you look at even Angola, who would have thought Angola would win the group? And they still in the tournament. I mean, don't they play Nigeria? They play Nigeria.
Uh, I will tell
Yeah,
you
yeah.
now.
They
Actually,
actually do play Nigeria. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't been paying attention at everything else. I was just focused on
Yeah.
us.
On us, of course. Yeah, no, no, likewise. But for me, as I'm just impressed by Sadiq, bro. I mean,
Yeah, Angola is
we
playing Nigeria.
you see.
DRC is playing Guinea, Mali, Ivory Coast, Cape Verde. Us.
Yeah.
With the last game.
Hey, we always the last game, and this thing of us playing at 10 p.m. We also need to talk about it because nothing to
Especially
10
during the
p.m.
week.
Dude, like it's not nice, man. I don't know how they set up these fixtures, Mbana. Even that group stage, two of our games were 10, and then
I know.
one
Let's follow the
unfortunately
path.
was
Let's follow
at
the
7.
path that is Springboks, because the Springboks they also used to play 9-10.
Yeah, 9-10. I know you are
Mm.
right, actually.
And they lost their
9.
first. They lost their first. No, they lost their group
The
match.
second. Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
lost the
don't know.
group
Yeah,
match.
yeah, they lost the group match, and it was very close as well. It wasn't a walk in the park, But I think Nati, we will learn from that. I mean, I'm sure Hugo is also motivating the boys. Like it just shows you Sihle with the Bafana Mfana. With the right structures, dog, we can go back to where we were. Once upon a time, we were once ranked 10th in the world. You know that? That's the highest FIFA ranking.
Nah, but what concerns me,
Yeah,
you speak on the structure, your favorite word of the week.
structure.
What concerns me is we currently have the oldest manager in this tournament,
Mm,
um, and I get the feeling the top notch, the hunchers right up top, without mentioning names.
yeah,
If and when we win this tournament, Bazoti, look what we've done. We have fixed
nah.
a problem that they created themselves. But anyway, and then they will want another term at 79 or
I-
however old the leaders are.
Yeah,
And I don't see Hugo pushing another
another
5 years.
and that sucks, bro. Because let's be honest, Mvana, our record under Hugo, we hardly lose under Hugo, fam. I
Mm.
think Hugo hasn't. Yeah, he's got a very very good record for Ibafana. It's just that there's a lot of draws, and as well,
Eva. So
mm,
let's to take a step back. A lot of
yeah,
people, a lot of people keep on saying, yeah, it's draws and 1-0 and whatnot. 1-0 gets you 3 points.
yeah, it does, hundred
It's a
percent,
win.
it does.
So
Moral of the
right
story is
now
that yeah,
we need that konje bayibizani. Like if you look at kids, like at babies, like before they can like start running, they need to crawl. So right now, coming from where we were running against the best of the best, right now we're crawling to get back to who we were.
100%, 100%. I know, I feel you on that, bro. It's just in it's just so unfortunate that Hugo as well. He hasn't been backed the way he should. I mean, from local clubs, I think
Yeah.
only Sundowns cooperates whenever they. I mean, majority
And
of the players are
that point is irritating.
yeah,
That the best club is the only club that understands that they
to
are a feeder to the national side.
yep, yeah,
Chiefs, has nothing to offer. So why
dude,
not be part of the table? You are nothing right now.
yeah,
And I support Chiefs, but
yeah, I know.
you don't have a right to be arrogant and
Mm,
not realize, Witty, you are or you have the potential, if you've got the right players, to feed the national side. If you're
true,
doing well, the national side will do well. Because guess what?
hundred
Your
percent.
players are going to
Yeah,
be in the national side. So
and you know what's
that arrogance
yeah.
needs to, yeah.
Even from a brand standpoint, Sihle in Van, like Sundown's brand is pretty much from a marketing standpoint. Every person, even on social media, when you speak about them in a squad, it's oh yeah, there's a yeah, hey, Melody Sundowns. You see, that's them pushing Sundown's brand, because should we win this tournament, a lot of the players they are actually majority of that squad is Sundowns. I even say no Percy now because Percy played with Timbers, right? Yeah,
Mm.
well, he's familiar. They're familiar with one another, so it benefits Mtipe's boys even more. Or would say okay, and even Nohulane can even how he is in press conferences. He can easily flex about it. Or would
And he's got every right.
yeah, he can easily
I think
flex.
it's I don't
Mm,
I don't like the guy, but right now, when we win this tournament, he's got every right to like my boys
yeah.
really represented the country.
100%. And to a point where even when there was an interview that I saw of him, there's a guy on TikTok. He took a snippet of Hulani's interview talking about Hugo Bros and how he's learned a lot from Hugo. from a managerial aspect. So you can clearly see that this guy is actually tuned in. He does communicate with the national team coach and has a very good relationship. Yeah, well, yeah, Shoguti, he's someone who he asks questions at times when it comes to
I
coaching
remember.
because done it before at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man. I think it's. I remember an episode with Modis,
Yeah.
and the chat was around. I don't know who failed, but for the past 2 years, Isafa hasn't been able to get all the local coaches and Hugo Bruce in the same meeting.
You see what I'm saying? That
I,
is not on, bro. That is terrible. Yeah, but it's so
that's
terrible.
my guy. It's what the irritating part about that is that you run the federation for the country. You have the best interest of the country. Don't make
Yeah.
it optional for these teams that are part of the federation not to meet
Mm.
the national team coach, because the national
Yeah.
team coach should take precedence in everything that happens that's soccer related.
100%, man. 100%. There needs to be a bit more. They need to be more strict, in my opinion. They need to be. They need to be more strict because really,
Nah,
dog.
it's just vibes. It's just vibes, and it's just vibes and bonuses. And I won't use that L word that ends with a that has a double O and a T. But yeah, it's that's all it is.
Yeah. I know it is. It is, man. Yeah, let me just share my screen there, dog. I wanted us to also have a discussion to segue a bit. I mean, we've been speaking about our national team for quite some time.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
watch any soccer, by the way. Sorry, any other football?
yeah, this one.
Why you do that?
Nah, I think we talking about Kev. It's I think Kev. They announced that his injury
Oh, his
is
injury was bad. His
was bad,
injury, yeah,
was worse than what they thought it was. That's
yeah.
what they said. And now, when he returns back to Merseyside, how Kev's
It's a
Liverpool
flight,
fans
not.
hope
It's a flight. It helped him.
is
He put his feet
yes,
up. He rested. That's all it took. I don't know how long the trip is from way to Merseyside. It's that
yeah,
private jet live, maybe. But anyway, I won't say what I was about to say.
yeah,
Mile High Club. But yeah, Wafira. The time he landed at home.
yeah,
There we go.
yeah. Hey, and Sway jumped on the right time. Hey, what's good, G
Come
Sway?
on. What's up? What's up,
Yeah,
Doc?
yeah, no easy, perfect timing. We're about to hop onto this discussion, bro.
You see now, I was hoping we are going to talk about the positive performances, or now we are going to this topic around Chelsea now.
Me, bro, listen, we've already covered the positives for like 37 minutes, bro. Or did you want
Yeah.
to add to the positives before we jump into this?
No. I think we can move on. But I think I've already expressed my views on the group. But now it was a good game, and yeah, I think it leaves a very very good impression for the. Even looking at Cape Verde, the next game, there's positive. I have a positive outlook on the upcoming game. So yeah, that's really all I can say. But yeah, the boys played very well, and yeah, shout out to Hugo as well.
Yeah, no, indeed. Mpana, like the boys did do very well. They surprised all of us more than anything.
Yeah.
I was scared. I won't lie to you. I mean, it being the number one team. I mean,
Yeah.
us playing against the
But
number one team. Yeah.
but I will
And you know
say
how
taking away the patriotic side of me, looking from a pure football sense, Morocco was not that great, honestly.
yeah,
And in fact, when I look at the way they play, I think I saw someone comment this on Twitter or something like they play almost like some kind of they want to play like the counter attack
Yeah,
football kind of approach where maybe in the World Cup, I don't know, maybe the lens of how it was viewed is that they sit back, they don't have most of the ball, and then they take advantage where you leave gaps. Whereas like Bafana is not like that team where it's just gonna go hard, and then They'd want to
Yeah.
slip up. Like, we gonna chill, we gonna take our chances here and there, and then boom, we score, we score. And for them, like when they had most of the time, had the ball, some of the passing choices, that guy, I don't know the striker's name, Nazri or El Zari, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
like it's not
It's
impressive,
not,
man. But like end of the day, football is not assessed by what you did, like in terms of your passes and all that. Is what you did in terms of getting the ball behind the line. And Bafana, at the end of the
100%.
day, we did that, and no one's going to remember if Bafana was this possessive team that was dominating players, the killer football, but we won the game, and that's what counts. And I think that's what the approach should be for Cape Verde.
100%, Mfana. Like,
Yeah,
it's what, see, the scoreline is what matters, period. Yeah.
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 Did the
Yeah, I know.
Moroccan manager resign?
For real.
Did he?
Yeah, I think there's rumors or mummings would he might just call it a day.
Damn, it's just because he lost to us. Shit. Are we
He
that?
got knocked out of a. Yeah, I think they planned. I think, gents, we might have a higher. When I say us, I'm talking about like as national pride and everything. View which no, we used to be good and whatnot. But like these African countries, they just see us, Nigeria for one. They see us as we're far from it, rightfully so. So when you then as Morocco are looking, you're already planning for the game against Nigeria, forgetting there is South Africa that you have to play.
100%.
And I think that in itself played to our advantage.
Even though we beat them last year, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, in Durban. Weren't you in Durban when we beat them? Yeah.
I can't remember.
We beat them 2-1. And we took a 2-0 lead, And another thing as well is it's also this thing, like you've just said, more than anything. Like, we're getting better. Like, Southern Africa is getting better. Not just only South Africa, but even your other nations. We've just mentioned about Angola. I mean, SADC is just getting better at football, bro.
But they're still not even on our level. Like, again, a credit to Patrice, man. Like, what he's done for the country in terms of football. Like, forget what he's doing for AFCON, but like, and I like
we'll
just in
have
terms
a
of
proper episode just on that man and on the business sense and what he's done, entertaining. Like literally, African football is being taken serious. Like it's been taken
but like
serious.
Like locally, so particularly as well. Like fine, personally, I'm not a Sundowns fan. I don't really like the fact that they're always winning the league back to back, and it gives a bad impression on my own team. But having said that, the guy took his club that he owns, invested in it, and a lot of ownerships, a lot of SAFA itself as a governing body, the decisions where it's like, bro, what's going on in terms of the outlook of just football quality in this country? Like Eto said it perfectly. For a country that is like a good economy and so forth, we're not doing much. But I mean, at least this AFCON is reflective of at least a positive outlook. But even then, we're the underdogs. And for a country as such as ours, we should be the guys like, damn, I'm always looking at South Africa like, yo, these guys are come and just cause a stress for any country they play against. But that hasn't been the case for years. So I think Patrice, I mean, I even posted in the group, there was a picture taken by almost all the Sundowns Southern American guys. I mean, all of those guys, most of those guys are starter players for Sundowns. Some of the guys playing in Bafana are bench guys for Sundowns, and they're playing well. Whereas you have Pirates players who are starters every game, they can't get into Bafana. And just shows you the level of gap in quality.
I don't know if you guys saw, Sundowns went and purchased 4 players.
Yeah.
And we're not talking bench warmers. We're talking guys that are going to be okay. Let's put a lot aside, but I'm talking the rest are guys that are challenging for the starting 11.
Yeah.
And like it's crazy. Like you think about it. I mean, that's just a top of talent, and it's in one way it's a good thing for the country. It creates more competition within Sundowns. But on a bigger scale, I'm like, there goes another league title, most likely.
I think also it's what's this? It's going to be a reminder to the other teams. When I say the other teams, I'm talking Pirates, I'm talking Chiefs. The gap between them and Sundowns is, unfortunately, it's getting bigger and bigger. Chiefs still being run like a family business that it is. Where they took, who's the former Bafana coach, the one who looks like the guy from Seth or Omo? You guys don't know that, but it's fine. It's okay. The coach selection, the purchasing of players, the window is closing tonight. Is it closing tonight for? And there's nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Wait, dude. Of course, too. Hey, what up, too? He's of course saying I agree. Morocco's approach to the game was bad. They badly needed a goal in the opening stages of the game and became frustrated when it didn't happen. And that's true.
That's exactly that is bad.
With Amrabat's yellow card. Yeah, the first yellow card, Amrabat, it was through frustration. He was just frustrated. And it's because you get frustrated when you're playing against people who you deem are not on your level.
So let me just quickly read the stats from the game last night.
Yeah.
In Morocco, we had 5 shots on target. They had 13. Sorry, not on target. Shots. Okay.
Shots in general.
We had 5. They had 13. On target, we had 3. They had 2.
Yeah.
And the other ones, the yellow cards and the whatnot. Passes, literally, we were close to each other. They had 424, 425. We had 386. That's not far off. So that shows we were present and we were very. Sorry, we were very. We punished them. The penalty it took the air out of them. I saw them lifting Hakimi up and whatnot. After then, I know. When I now, and who's that sprinter boy that the coach went and substituted? I forgot his name now. It starts with an M. Is it Dumase?
Which one?
Man, fudge.
Oh,
I asked him the group. I'll remember that boy.
Yeah. Then of course, Tunisani as well. Yeah, credit to Sundowns and thanks to the coaching staff for swallowing their pride and picking up Sundowns players. Egypt and Al Ahly did that in the past, and that's true. Same thing with Spain when they won the World Cup here in South Africa. It was Madrid and Barca, 90%. I think Capdevila and David Villa were the only guys
who came from the other.
Yeah.
And it's not to say like some of the other. It's not to say like some of the other clubs in South Africa. I mean, besides Pirates and Chiefs, it's not like we don't have other owners who are rich and can't invest. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's a mentality. I mean, you look at Zungu. I mean, we bought Amazulu, and when he bought Amazulu, I thought, damn, these guys are also. He's gonna revamp the club to be at least where Sundowns is. I don't see the same approach because it's also like one thing to have a business mindset, similar to what's happening at Chelsea. We have a business person, but from a football sense, doesn't align with what you're doing from a business aspect of owning a football club versus the transactional side. I mean, when you got Stellenbosch, fine. I mean, they're doing decently, but they're not still anywhere close to Sundown. So, and they have a rich owner.
But as well, studies have just come in, guys. You can't expect to hit the ground running immediately. I think Steadies are on the right track for the mere fact that they won a trophy. Something that Sithe and son has never seen Kaizer Chiefs do.
And he's got a Kaizer Chiefs jersey, but he doesn't know that the team is capable of winning.
I even have a baby cousin. He's 9 years old, and he even
you're growing him. The kid is in grade 1. He's 6.
No, I've got a cousin. He's 9 years old, Ulunga, and he doesn't support Chiefs. His dad supports Chiefs, but he doesn't because he's like, they stay losing. I've never seen that team win a trophy. That's what he said. And he's So where Stellenbosch, he even knows Stellenbosch. Oh yeah, Stellenbosch won the Carling Black Label Cup. You see what I'm saying? At least
No, you're right.
that's how you
No,
start off. You
I think
start off by
also
just lifting those trophies
I
first.
think also greed gets the better of these owners
Yeah,
of a good
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Owning, sure, fine. Owning a soccer team it's not pop in face. It's difficult. You're making deals left, right, and center. The deal don't come through. Deal comes through. Player gets injured. He's out for the season. You have to fork out his salary, but he's not giving you
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I think over the years, when you
Mm,
know what your brand is your brand is powerful. You're at the point of like you can make how much chips and those chips get sold out.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. But you see, like we had this discussion before you even joined in, Sway. We were just talking about as well, like imagine if, you know, our coach got the proper backing that he was meant to receive, you know, and if the structures within our federations were great, would return to these days. Remember this jersey. This is would be back to these days if that would happen, in my opinion,
Always
you know,
laugh
because
when I see people owning jerseys, and there's always like a time period gap. I'm like, how guys?
yeah,
Were they
yeah,
not
yeah,
shirts being bought?
yeah, no, true, dude. Because it's like even the new one. I like the new one though, the
The white
Lacoste
one.
jersey, the white one. Yeah, it was my first time seeing it. I really thought it was a great one, a great one.
But like,
Yeah,
but like to your point, I mean, I think I was watching some YouTuber. I think he's Nigerian or Ghanaian or something. I think he was
yeah,
speaking about how even like when you have, because I was looking at like the fact that for a country like South Africa, there are definitely young players, young kids out there who were born in South Africa or have some connection to South Africa through their parents, who whether played locally here through academy level, went overseas somewhere, and countries like Nigeria within the football federation have people who monitor talent across the world who have links to Nigeria, whether born there or not, and ensure that those people, whether they are in the national team, whether in the under 19s, just have a database of talent within your country and keep monitoring and keep that information for whoever's going to be there for the scouting or for talent within the national team.
And
I
they
think
tell
there's a lot
you,
of talent.
yeah, and then they
hmm
tell
Yeah,
you that the player is of whatever descent. But yeah, he's South African because his grandmother's mother
yeah,
was South African. I'm like,
yeah.
that's what Home Affairs should be doing.
yeah.
No, indeed,
Yeah,
dog. I
because I
know you're
mean, I'm
right.
sure in like next 10 years, you're gonna have a lot of kids out there. Whether they decided, their own parents decide, look, this kid is too talented. I don't want him to go through playing for, I don't know, some Vela League team, and then Sama Zama find his way into PSL one season, and then he doesn't get paid much. He struggles and fades off because of bad habits. They'll be like, nah, go play overseas somewhere for some small academy, and then you work your way up and you have a living.
Playing the
Yeah, and that
Belgium
kid,
second league. Belgium second league.
yeah,
Look who's so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even Stolle right now, doesn't he play in the second league in Portugal? And I mean, from a currency exchange standpoint, we all know how much the euro is to the rand, bro. You're living a very comfortable life, dog, when you come back with them euros this side.
Ah man, I just remembered. There's this kid who Modisa was complaining about. He plays in the MLS. I forgot his name now. You speaking currency and what I'm thinking about it. Ah, it'll come to me. I'll ask Modisa one
Oh,
of the
is it
days.
Ublom?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because a
Ublom.
lot
He
of
used to play
people were
for Chief.
saying, like, why don't you invite him and whatnot? Because I don't know what's going on there. Because sure, fine. You tend to watch him with like glimpses, like snippets of YouTube because no one follows
Yeah.
MLS and whatnot. And you can see,
Yeah.
man, there's a player there.
Mm. And he played for you guys. You know that, CKN.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from you guys. And you know, at times another man's trash is another man's treasure, you know. And yeah.
Okay, but I even think after this performance, even some of the guys were like, I'm South African, but I want to come and play for the national team because I like it here overseas. Yeah, I'm in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying life. I assume after this AFCON, there at least has to be that sense of pride, like, yo, I'm fit. He hasn't. I think let me go play for my national
It
team.
has a snowball effect.
It does.
Winning a tournament has that snowball effect.
It really does, Bafana. I mean, I recall when Cameroon won in 2019. Was it 2019 when they won? Or 2017? 2017.
Yeah,
2017.
17.
Yeah, I mean, Matip didn't want to play. Choupo-Moting as well didn't want to feature.
Sure.
And then Hugo still managed to get the best out
Convince
of
them.
him. And I mean, he got the best with what he had. It's pretty much the similar predicament that he's facing right now, where the guy who plays for Burnley as well isn't available. Yeah, just saying. And then now he's in the quarterfinal. He's at a stage where none of us would have thought. I mean, even I recall when we were looking at the squad. Remember when we were rating the squad, we were giving it 5 out of 10s. How much did you give it, Sway? You gave it 6,
I
right?
mean, I was in the stream, but I mean, I can't remember. But yeah.
Yeah. But I recall people, yeah, were all downplaying the squad's ability. But look now, bro. Like, I mean, we are where we are now, and it is good. I hope we just continue building on it, keep our feet on the ground, and as well also manage our expectations as fans. Because even at work, especially guys who don't watch Bafana, they out here saying, yeah,
They,
bazowi.
they, they were eating their humble pie this morning because they only saw the results in the morning.
Yeah, and I was last night after the win, I was like, yo, tomorrow at work I'm gonna be that guy. But then when I woke up, man, and I thought about it, I had to think, you know what, man, my pride and happiness that the team won, right, should not be some sense of trying to get everyone on the same level because Springboks and everyone was wiling. Because at the end of the day, I can't try almost show off my pride to someone else who doesn't value what I value. End of the day, I support the country. Bafana's winning, and if they win with it, then I mean that's bonus for me. And when I think back, and if someone who says I'm fit, I don't think these guys gonna play well. Or, yeah, now we get kicked out by Cape Verdeans. Like I told you so. I told you so. They're gonna revert back to the negative stance. So it's like, what's the point of trying to keep that person in a positive sense or take pride in his country? Because either way, when you do good, he's gonna jump on the hype train. When you do bad, it's like I won. So it's like
You're right, man. And of course, even with Tunisani saying, there's a lot of talent playing abroad,
Yeah, I know.
And
we've spoken about Safa, and Safa is just vibes.
Yeah, no, pretty much. But we're not
gonna. I was keeping that register. Which who's?
I was even.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, like I mean, there's this guy. I think he's a academy coach at Super Sport. In fact, you should probably hit him up or something. He's like this white guy. He's like and the Super Sport Academy is very good. Like in terms of like those under 18s, like and most of those kids go play like in these like what's that Kevin De Bruyne whatever academy tournaments, Cristiano Ronaldo under what, and they do very well. And then you never hear again of those kids because some of them get. I mean, imagine you're a kid from I don't know somewhere in KZN, Udlala Academy, and then now you get recruited to play in Portugal. By the time you're 18, you feel like you're one of Portugal. You don't give a F about South Africa at that point, besides your family in J.
You even speak the tongue now, bro.
Yeah,
You'd rather choose Cape Verde.
That's the French way of doing things, by the way.
Yeah, that's so true, dog. That really is so true. Vele Super Sport are good because even here in Randburg, they also have an academy for kids.
Mukwena Puma from there.
Yeah, I recall, which is a good thing. It's just, of course, there's not a lot of teams that are actually pushing like that are actually going all out. Because even the Super Sport are only for kids. Like I'm under 13. They have one here in Randburg as well as even in Bryanston by Brian View Primary. There's also an academy there where they nurture young talent.
Yeah.
It's essentially Tina South Africa now. I've been saying this. We are more than capable of going back to the good old days, bro. Where we were solid. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Don't want to get myself in
How?
trouble again. It's fine.
How?
Yeah. Do you guys want us to discuss the picture that I put up? Or
Today we're drawing, bro. That's all I can say.
yeah, what?
We're drawing. Whether
But
he's there, whether he
No,
pulls a miracle
no,
African
no, no, no,
magic
no,
potion and
no,
he
no. Wait,
recovers.
that wasn't what I was gonna ask. Let me bring back that picture. I'll tell you what I was gonna ask, Chief, and it had to do with CAF, because I mean right now we are discussing
Yeah.
AFCON as we speak, bro. You know, but yeah, let me just quickly share my screen. Yeah, do you guys see my screen?
something's happening. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for me. I don't like the fact that it was announced that Homeboy is injured. His injury is worse than what they anticipated, and then now he's
Lo and
available.
behold.
Lo and behold, Homie doesn't look injured. He looks very happy. He looks like he's at home. Look at him.
Well,
He's glowing.
he
He
is
looks
at home.
he looks brighter here in this pic than what he looked like when he was at Ivory Coast with his teammates.
Stress.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. It just shows you,
Watch
Jay.
this, brother. Watch this.
I know. Besides, but even North Africa's hot, bro. Come on. But no excuse. Let's not make any excuses for this sort of behavior. For me, I just feel like these players, especially modern day superstars, they don't take this tournament as seriously as your Samuel Eto'os in the past did.
They know where their
back,
bread is buttered.
yeah, pretty much, dude. Even
They know for a
you
fact. They know for a fact
Yeah.
that the local club has got a vested interest, and the local club is gonna back them up. So they take
Bruh.
they take their federation for a PISS. I won't swear today.
Yeah.
So they know, and I think this must sit either at CAF level or it must sit at FIFA level. That it cannot be that players can go right ahead and decide, Guti, you know what, for my national side, I want to play more for my team than I want to do for my thingy. Because everyone could see right through this whole facade. Yeah. Everyone could see right through it. We were just waiting.
Although
yeah, go for it.
I will say, like, you know the whole concept where, like, there's a bad kid in the house, and then you wonder, he's in isolation. Yeah, these kids are bad, whatever. This new generation, but I do think the previous regime of CAF and all the football federations across Africa enabled for some of these talent footballers to have this mentality. One, because the way CAF and J, I mean, even AFCON as an organization, as a tournament, was poorly managed. I mean, the last AFCON, there were so many memes that came out of it just because of the poor structure around, from time management to just the organization of it. And obviously,
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like some stuff like that. I mean, so if you're a brand, because these guys, unfortunately, these footballers, they see themselves as brands. And for them, when you are coming to a tournament like this, they want to be treated in the sense of, if I'm the brand, I'm boosting AFCON's views, whatever. And in return, which I understand, you want to call yourself a brand. And obviously in return, CAF also then has to ensure that from a brand level, they also maintain a set of brand as an organization to ensure that the football matches are at a certain level, from refereeing to the pitches to the fans. There's no politics, there's no corruption, all those stuff, which I think before the Patrice era, I think there was a lot of misguided view, which allows for some of these guys to think I'm better than the tournament, because it's like, dog, and it's like, I don't give a F, there's gonna be scandals, whatever, and I'm the face. End of the day, even if I don't win AFCON, Salah played and I brought all the views. But whereas if you see right now, Salah's not the front head of a country like Cape Verde, some guy Bebe is probably gonna get more low views in terms of him as a player, or even Mukwena himself is gonna get like, yo, who's this guy? Some guy from England is gonna look at, who the hell is this kid who hit a killer ass free kick over a Salah who played 2 games and was not even that impactful. And just because of the name Salah, someone will say, he's the main guy. But that kind of transition away from structuring the football from the quality on the pitch, that just do the basics right. A guy like Salah, where his theatrics are not going to matter, really. In my view, him going back to Liverpool and playing AFCON itself is gonna, whoever wins, people are gonna look at this AFCON and say, this is a tournament that I want to watch in the next 2 years again because of what I saw this year.
I
And
love how
whether
you
Salah's there or not,
sugarcoated. I love how you sugarcoated with misguided views. Those misguided views weren't misguided. Those views were true. We were corrupt. Officiating was terrible. Now, this tournament, I can only think of one case where people were like, but like there was more VAR than anything. But the referees have stepped up. VAR in itself is actually better than EPL VAR.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course, a lot of people as well. The like AFCON is trending even on Twitter for the positives this time around because of all these upsets that have been happening, and because of course, from a refereeing standpoint, there hasn't been any dubious calls. It's people are saying this is the best AFCON ever. You know, a lot of people are saying that. You know,
I don't
so
know about ever, but like, yeah, entertainment
yeah,
wise,
like
this is
it's
I like it.
yeah, it's because of the upsets, bro. Like there were so many upsets in this tournament from group stages. Each and every group there was an upset to even the knockout. Yesterday was like the upset, you know, of the knockout stage when we beat Morocco, because a lot of people thought Morocco were gonna go all the way.
yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. But do you guys think we have the potential to go all the way? Okay, let's leave
How?
it. Let's leave it.
I do. I'm not. Let me. I'm still holding my hype from yesterday. I still do think.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Cape Verde is a good team, but
Mhm.
I think if we just get the basics right, Hugo sticks to the guns, be stubborn again, and let the boys. And I mean, fine, Cape Verde is probably gonna score maybe, but I think from what I saw yesterday, I mean, there are opportunities. There's quality. I mean, damn, Zwane, Mukwena, like those guys, like fine, they don't play in Europe, but I mean, even Mudau, like there was a moment where I think he had like a run where he took a
Yeah.
killer tackle. I was like, this is some Reece James kind of level stuff. But I
Yeah.
saw it in a player that plays in the PSL, and I'm like, fine, I don't know, someone might misquote me and say I'm comparing him to Reece James, but I'm saying that moment in itself showed like a guy who can play quality football, given
Yeah.
the cameras. So I'm
That's true.
like, if we can beat and show a level of consistency and build on from this game, I do think. Now, obviously, people will say if you say this, you're building off high expectations, and Sashaiwa, then you go back to the negative. I don't want to be that guy. I'm gonna be happy, and I'm gonna stick to the positive. Siangena final.
Danko.
I'm with you, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm enjoying the high. I don't care about
Yeah.
kicking off at 10 o'clock. The matches can kick at 2 o'clock. I don't care. I'm gonna still
Yeah.
be there. Yeah, all the best in Hugo. We trust. I just want Utao to stop being a little kitten and show up as the Tao that we know.
Yeah. I know, no doubt, dog. I know. Let's close it there, gents. Thank you
When I
so
X,
much for.
what's your view then? Just before you close.
I mean, I'm wearing the jersey, dog. I've been wearing
I,
it before the tournament. Like I've been walking around with it. People have been looking at me like, it's fine. I always back my team, dog. Always, dog. Always, and
Who
I
are you
do
playing?
think
Your local team. Who are you playing? Are you backing them up?
who. No, we talk
I see.
about.
Yes. Let's close
No,
it.
but
Let's
we
close
talk
it.
about South Africa, yeah,
Yeah, it's
dog.
fine.
Come
Let's
on.
close it.
Sway,
Sorry, man. I couldn't help myself.
I mean, I think Sway not me gonna surprise. I even told people these guys are gonna surprise us in a positive light, you know.
I
And
would
yeah,
like
man.
personal group stages. I thought, nah, we're not gonna make it. But my views have changed since the
Yeah,
Namibia game. It's been
me
like
too. It's
this.
because you know why? It's because he made adjustments, and these adjustments we
Yeah.
can see working. Yeah. But anyway, Jets, thank you so much for availing yourself. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. I said, believe, help a brother out. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.